Radio. These are established businesses, not scientific experiments. SelectQuote is a revenue-generating company in a massive industry, but it's a turnaround story. The risk here is not that the idea is unproven, but that the execution is flawed. Emerson Radio is in a category of its own, what we might call a special situation or a deep value play. The risk here is one of slow, steady decline. So, after breaking all of this down, what are the big lessons for an everyday person looking at stocks like these? The first and most important takeaway is to understand the category of risk you are taking on. Aethlon, PTIX, Immuneering. These are speculative ventures. You are providing capital for a scientific project. You must be fully prepared to lose your entire investment. Think of it less like buying a piece of a company and more like funding an ambitious research grant that might, against all odds, pay off. The second key takeaway is for companies like SelectQuote. Turnaround stories are incredibly compelling. It's human nature to root for a comeback. Before investing in a turnaround, see clear, consistent evidence the changes are working. Improving profit margins, stabilizing revenue, positive cash flow over several quarters, not just one. Hope is not an investment strategy. For a company like Emerson Radio, be wary of value traps. A stock might look cheap on paper because of assets, but if the business is deteriorating, that value can evaporate. A melting ice cube is still melting. These situations are often best left to professional, event-driven investors. For most people, focus on businesses that are actually growing. Do your own homework and match investments to your financial situation and stomach for risk. So as we wrap this up, what's the final word on these stocks for 2025? Are they a buy or should you pass? The honest answer is, it depends entirely on you. But for the vast majority of investors, especially newer to the market, extreme caution is best. These are not the types of stocks you build a stable, long-term portfolio around. They should be, at best, tiny speculative positions inside a well-diversified portfolio, like a lottery ticket. The biotech and medical tech names, Aethlon, Protagenic, Immuneering, offer a classic high-risk, high-reward scenario. If you are passionate about science and have a very high tolerance for risk, a tiny speculative position could make sense. But go in with your eyes wide open. Most probable outcome is loss of capital. SelectQuote is a bet on a corporate turnaround. For most, wait for a few consecutive quarters of solid, profitable results. Let the company prove recovery. Emerson Radio feels like a historical artifact rather than a forward-looking investment. Unless you're a deep value specialist, it's a tough case. In conclusion, these 5 stocks come with flashing warning signs and big hurdles. For most investors, money is better in simpler, more stable investments. Thanks for watching.